What is good, guys? It's your boy the Bear King back at it with some more creepy crawly content. And in today's video, we have true creepers, true crawliers, millipedes. You already know the African giant millipede, guys. This is it right here. I love these guys. Don't worry about the enclosure, it's too small. I know this is temporary. I'm not gonna keep these guys. And they're not, I don't want pets. They're too big, they're too crazy. They're too, look at them, man. Jet black, bro. Perfect camouflage for their nocturnal life. They eat they're detritive also. They eat decomposing matter just to help it along faster and all of that. Very important for the ecosystem, very important for the nutrient cycle, which drives plant development and good soil and all of that. So important for the ecosystem, important for the biosphere as a whole. These are actually two females. I would love to have a male because I wanted to have them breed, and then I can keep the young, grow them out and over time move them into a bigger enclosure. But right now I just can't because I do not have I'm not able to do that at this point. So yeah, since they're small, then I could have kept them in there and then progress to a bigger container each time they molted, or not each time they molted, but when they are too big for this one. These girls are gonna go back into nature pretty soon. I'm still hoping that they lay eggs, so I'll keep them for a week or a few weeks. Obviously making sure that they're eating properly, obviously making sure that everything that they're taking care of, And again, I'm not planning to keep them in there long term. I just want them to lay eggs, and then they'll be gone out back into the wild where they belong. These guys actually secrete a toxin if they feel threatened, which really deters predators and other organisms that might want to attack them, except for a few animals who are really adapted to killing millipedes and feeding on them and all that. As I said, the nice black coloration is due to camouflage because of the the area that they live in. They're usually nocturnal and all that. Imagine if they were this long, imagine if one was the length of two. Well, anyway, they do get a little bit bigger than this. I've had bigger specimens. I found bigger specimens before. When I actually got them, they were to the smaller side, but in a couple of days of me just feeding them, they've really shot out and grown massively. So I don't know, this is just me. I fed them some watermelon. Mango, not a watermelon. Wow. But I have fed them watermelon and they ate that up so fast. So yeah, I also fed them a lot of lettuce, and they seem to love lettuce. I crushed some eggshell in there just to keep their calcium levels up, because their exoskeleton is really made out of they need a lot of calcium to produce that. So in case they want to shed or whatever, all of that is sorted, taken care of. And yeah, but these guys are really docile. They're really nice to handle. Most animals, most creatures, most creepy crawlies I've handled are pretty afraid or scared to be handled, but these guys are actually quite calm. They'll just move over your fingers and look at it. They don't even roll up, and rolling up is usually their first response to fear and all of that. They don't even roll up. They're just so, yeah, it's really nice to handle them. It's really refreshing. Their arms, the little arms tickle you. They have so many segments, and they have I counted 73 on the biggest one. So 73 times 2 is how many legs they have. In Afrikaans they're called duizendpoot, which means like 1,000 legs, but no, they don't really have 1,000 legs. They need many more segments, and with each shed they actually add a segment to their body. That's how they grow from the egg after they've hatched. They have few segments, and then as they progress they'll molt and get one more segment and another segment and another segment. So that's quite interesting. The males actually have their reproductive organs are actually right underneath their head, not right underneath, but like let's say 5 to 7 segments down from their head. So everything happens on top, and when females actually lay their eggs, it comes from their reproductive organ, from the head, from the neck down, the 7 segments down. When they lay their eggs also, then they encase it in like some sand and then push it back into their backside, anus, whatever you want to call it, so that it has a smell of poop. So they encase the egg, so they encase the egg to protect it. That's basically what I wanted to say. And then they camouflage it as poop, and animals just move over the eggs, and that's about that. I've seen videos on that. I haven't seen that happening personally, so that's why I just want to keep them in there in case any of them have mated and all of that. But if I can find a male, I would definitely have it mate with them, and not with both of them, but like with the biggest one at least, just so I can have these eggs. There are so many different species of like millipede in Namibia that it's really difficult to pinpoint which species exactly this is. I mean, even the research took longer than other insects, just because of the fact that all of them look so similar, and it's all those subtle differences. And I don't have I'm not able to see online. They only show pictures and with the information, so I have to like compare, mix and match and all of that. I mean, I have to look at leg color, I have to look at antennae color, I have to look at distinct markings, the way the abdomen points and all of that. Not the abdomen, I mean the anus or backside or whatever you want to call it points, how the segments open, how it moves, coloration, color between segments and all of that stuff. So it was really difficult because all of them look basically the same, and then there are smaller versions of these guys that I'm not sure if they are juveniles or if they are actually and a whole different species, because that can happen. I've seen one with a red stripe, like a tiny one with a red stripe, and that could just be a juvenile species of these guys, or infant species. I mean, not a juvenile species, I mean an infant stage of these guys or whatever. So it's really difficult, but I love doing this stuff, man. So yeah, by now the species name should have been mentioned or posted or whatever. And yeah, I just love these guys, man. They're so cool. So as you can see, this one is actually very tiny compared to the other two. And now this is what I'm talking about. This one has red legs with red antennae, and it has like very prominent, like if you see behind the head, you can see that little bulge there. That indicates that it's a male. So I don't know, I'm not really sure if they at what stage they're sexually active. So this could be an adult of another species, or it could just be a juvenile, like a very young specimen of the same species that I just showed you guys. I mean, just look at the size comparison. I mean, just look at the size difference between these two specimens. I'm not sure if it's the little one, the little male, and then it's the bigger female. You can clearly see like the little one has more of like an orange red color to its legs and antennae, while the bigger one has black antennae with black legs. This could just be changes, between adult and juvenile or hatchling, or this could be like two different species. Because if you look, I've showed you guys like the reproductive organs have already formed, so I'm not sure, maybe they're just like sexually active or capable of reproducing at a young age also. But I will dig deeper into this and find out, and maybe post another video on these guys. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for the support. Hope you guys loved it. Like and subscribe, and peace. See you guys later.